If you're feeling stressed out about Election Day, you're not alone. A new study finds more than half of Americans expect today to be the most tense day of their lives so far. 61% of millennials and 58% of Gen Xers are stressing the most. That's compared to only 32% of baby boomers. But what about Gen Z? Bill Prasad has that part of the story in today's Mental Health Minute.
Some of the most stressed people in the country may be casting their first ballots in this election. More than 15 million young Americans turned 18 since the 2016 election. More than half of them plan to make their voices heard by voting. A Harvard youth poll released in September found that about 65% of Gen Z voters say they will vote in this election. The number was 47% in the last presidential election. Gen Z includes anyone born between 1996 and 2015. A 2018 Stress in America poll conducted by the American Psychological Association, or APA, found that Gen Z was the most stressed population due to issues in the news. If you add a pandemic, a slumping economy, racial tensions, there's a good chance that stress has not decreased. To help manage your stress during the election, I would recommend you stay active, socially connected, and that you concentrate on activities that you enjoy. Also, do not spend time dwelling on things you cannot control. Focus on what you can control, like making sure you vote. I'm Bill Prasad, your mental health and wellness expert.